Hello, guys, and welcome to the Barila Podcast. I am your host, Marco Barila, and welcome finally to the Barila Show Podcast. I am very, very excited to see where this thing goes. I'm very happy to finally put this out there because I don't know if you guys know, but I've been working on this podcast for months now. You know, in fact, I actually started working on this a year ago until my two other friends, Robert and Zach, shout out to them, decided to invite me on their podcast, Lunch Table Podcast, which unfortunately it's still out there, but it's inactive. We're not making an episode. So I took it upon myself to go solo. Um if we're being honest with you, I'm not nervous, but I'm kinda anxious to see how this goes because this is something that I've been wanting to do for a while because I love talking. For those who know me personally, it doesn't come as a shock because I know that I feel like I could talk about almost anything in the span of 1 hour. Like I'll talk from video games to pet peeves to politics and world events to food, and I feel like and that I always thought when I'm like gaming with my friends, the conversation we have would be so perfect for podcasts. And eventually, like, wait, why the hell do I don't have a podcast? It's kind of easy to make. All you gotta do is set up all the social medias, all the websites, and just film. Um, and I feel like this is gonna be something that's gonna hopefully blow up into something else. Um, this is only the pilot episode, so it's not gonna be as long as my hopefully my future episodes will be. I don't whatever comes out comes out. This is just gonna be an introduction to me, to me, and what I'm gonna expect from the podcast and what is gonna come in the future. So without further ado, let's get started. For those who don't know, my name is Mark Gabriella. I'm a 16-year-old teenager from Pennsylvania. Yes, indeed, good old Pennsylvania. I know it's not the most amazing state, nor the most popular state, but I call it home. I have been living here my whole entire life. I'm a young brother, so only me and my older brother. I live with four people, actually three, including me, my brother, my mom, and my dad. I have 9 dogs, believe it or not. Yes, you are hearing that correctly. 9 dogs. I'm not sure if I can name them because I'm guaranteed gonna forget, and I'm gonna be here all day and trying to wait. Is that that name? Is that that name? But yeah, I have 9 dogs. I have one bird named Carly. She's a pain in the ass, but she's kind of cute. She's a yeah striped Amazon bird, I believe. She has like cool like rainbow feathers underneath. a little fun fact. And I live in a nice neighborhood. Surprisingly not. No, it's kind of hard to find a nice neighborhood these days because the whole ooh, burp. Sorry about that. The whole COVID-19 pandemic, and it's scary. But other than that, yeah. Um, for those of you who don't know, I do go to virtual school to keep everyone safe. It's not better personally. I think in person school is better because I'm an in person learner, and I feel like I learn better in front of the teacher. Plus, it's funny to have funny interactions in person with the teacher, your friends, your classmates, and it's the whole school experience. But I do see this with a big but. Virtual is better for me because one, it's easier to get in contact with your teachers really easily. Two, personally, at least in my high school, the work is way easier. Well, I say way easier, but it's quicker. I feel like because you do all your classwork and homework are on school. I mean, the classroom, so you would rarely have uh work after school unless you have like a big project and all that. But other than that, yeah, I go to virtual school. I mean, like I said, I would like to go back in person, but because the whole pandemic, which I'm personally scared of. I don't know about you. It's not that I'm scared of. I'm definitely paranoid of contracting it because I have asthma. I guess you don't need to know that, but I have asthma, and it affects my lung ways and my breathing, and I feel like COVID mainly attacks the reproductive system, not reproductive, the basically the lung ways. So it's gonna be harder to breathe, But yeah, and it's definitely a paranoid about getting it. That's why I went back to virtual, which it sucks. It's not. I don't think it says it sucks, but it's definitely a safer option. And I'm sorry for people who do virtual. Um, It's still scary, this thing's been going on for almost a full year now. God, I can't believe it's been a year. I mean, Jesus, but yeah, the purpose of this podcast, for like most people, is just to have fun. You know, um, like I said before, I talk a lot, so this is perfect for me because I feel like I have great conversations, but I don't record it because obviously it's entertaining and it's fun. Then I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna start a podcast. I'm gonna do it right now. One of the things I struggled with when making this podcast is what this podcast is gonna be about. And if I'm being honest with y'all, I have no clue. And I mean it in a good way because I don't know if I said it before or not, but I can have conversations about anything. It'll go from one thing to another. It'll go from 0 to 100 real quick. So some episodes will discuss serious topics. Some will be funny, lighthearted. Some will be like absolutely hilarious because I have a lot of funny guests that I'm gonna invite on. Hopefully in the future. And this, like I said, this episode is just me to introduce y'all to the new podcast. I don't know why I say y'all like that. Like I'm from the South, but yeah. But yeah. So we'll talk about like politics, real world events, gaming, movies, food, anything that comes up, really. So I mean, I'm definitely looking for that because I feel like it's gonna be fun. Another thing, for those who don't know, well, what I say for those that know, obviously you guys know the name of the podcast, The Barilla Show, named after my last name and my family, the Barillas, courtesy of my dad's last name. Thank you, shout out to dad. Can't forget about mom. Can't forget about mom. But yeah. So for those who don't know, a couple months ago, or a couple weeks ago actually, I posted a tournament style bracket on my story to pick a new podcast name for the podcast. Which if you guys do not follow me on Instagram, it's at Marco Barilla. So I'll probably leave wherever you listen to this. Probably look in the link in the description. I'll bring you on my flow page. I'll bring you to not only my social medias personally, but the podcast social medias. I set up a Facebook, a Twitter, a TikTok, a YouTube, everything. So hopefully you guys can't miss it. It's right there. But yes, I had names ranging from yours truly, the Boys Lounge, Lazy Boy Lounge, that one podcast, which are really solid names. But the one name that really stood out to me, and obviously you guys, the viewers, because it won, is the Barilla Show. It's simple, it's elegant, I like it. It represents me, the person. Like obviously, Barilla, it represents me. But the thing, the one thing I still find it confusing is whether I have to call it the Barilla Podcast or the Barilla Show. Because technically, I want to say it's a show because technically it's a podcast, and it's probably under the category podcast. So I didn't know to call it the Barilla Show or the Barilla Show Podcast. Which honestly, guys, it's up to you. Which one do you guys like, the Barilla Show or the Barilla Show Podcast? Make sure to um, respond on the link in the description if you guys are listening on YouTube in the comments or just on social media. But yeah, whatever you guys think is better, comment. I like feedback. So yeah. Another question that I'm probably gonna get, and I've already gotten from my friends and family, is why start a podcast? And that is a very good question. One, like I've already said so many times, I love talking a lot, and I feel like I have really good conversations that I feel like will be good, kind of like good debates and good topics to talk about in general. Two, because it's a hobby. I don't know about me. I don't know about y'all, but recently I've been struggling to find a new hobby. I've tried doing other stuff, but none of them worked. And now that the school year starting, because at the time of recording this, school started like a day ago, and I already find it stressed. Um, but yeah, so I need a new hobby that I feel like will keep me entertained, keep me at ease, and podcast is definitely good. I recommend to people, if you guys like talking like me, and I feel like you have really interesting topics to talk about, just start a podcast. Um, this is something that I've been, like I said, been doing for a while. And I feel like it helps. This podcast helps me distract me from the crazy, the shitty, the world we live in. And I feel like obviously people need a break in because now, right now, because the world is our country, good old America is not 100%, and it has been for a long, long time. So if you guys are like me, you need a break from listening to fake bullshit on any news channel. or just need a break from all this stressful world events, that's why I'm here. I hope you guys see me as like a friendly distraction from the crazy world we live in. To tune in to every Friday to watch my podcast, rather that be while you work, while you do homework, or in the car, or just having it in the background and doing some stuff. That is the kind of like the end and main goal of this podcast, to help not only distract me and this be a hobby for me, but a distraction for you guys. Because I feel like this will be a good way to communicate, get my thoughts and opinions out, because I have a lot of things to talk about, and I really do want to talk about in later episodes. Because I have like a whole book of stuff I would like to talk about, and I'm sure you guys are going to enjoy it. But yeah, I'll definitely discuss all that stuff in later episodes. Yeah, and I really hope this comes out as a distraction, because I love making people's day. If you're like me, I'm like the friend therapist. Sometimes I put my own feelings over I put my friends' feelings over my feelings. I feel like I always help people, and not only do I help people, but I help keep stuff off their mind. But sometimes I need to I need to get some stuff off my mind too. So that's people have to find their hobbies. I feel like, it'll help them. It would help them. This is helping me, because like I would love to get my word out to you people. And for those who follow me on the social media, thank you very, very much for your support. You guys have no idea how much it means to me. This project, I feel like, is gonna grow into something bigger. And I don't know about y'all, but I am really looking forward to it, to making episodes. Um, Also, for those who don't know, occasionally, I haven't live and streamed in months. I sometimes stream on Twitch. Um, Twitch/GGA Ace. That is GGA underscore Ace. No, ACE. In fact, tomorrow, at the time of recording, like I said, it's Thursday the 9th, and I will be uploading this tomorrow. The day that this podcast goes live, I will be streaming. I'm not sure what time yet, so make sure you guys follow me on the social medias. Um, It'll probably be in my bio. I have to my flow page. It'll bring you to my Twitch. I'll be streaming tomorrow to promote the podcast. Probably do like a live Q&A, just chatting, maybe a couple games with my friends. So make sure you guys follow me on Twitch, because I'm really looking forward to streaming. I haven't streamed, like I said, in months, but now I am looking forward to streaming something, because I get to get my word out, and hopefully you guys find this podcast. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be streaming. Um, but the one thing I really wanted to talk about in this podcast is, well, mostly you guys. Like I said, not only is this a unique, immersive um thing for me to do, but I want it to be unique for you guys as well, the viewers. I want to keep you guys entertained and distracted from the crazy, shitty world we live in right now. So I am completely prone to feedback. If you guys have any feedback, make sure you comment. You can send me you can send me an email, the Barila Show pod at yahoo.com. You guys can send me any emails. You guys can send comments in the description if you guys listen on YouTube, or just comment me on, or DM me on my social media, on Twitter, on Instagram, or any of that. Because I want this I want this podcast not only be for me, but for you, the viewers. I want y'all to be entertained. Like, if you guys want to see any specific guest on the podcast, I'll try to get something set up, and I'll have that one guest or couple guests on the podcast. If you guys want me, maybe if this podcast picks up, I'll definitely do more than just Friday. But as of now, I'm gonna settle on Friday, because for some dumb reason I started this right when school started. I had a whole ass summer to upload a lot. But maybe if this podcast picks up, I'll upload more than just one day. But for now, I'm gonna keep it on Friday. But yeah, that's all. Um, if you guys if you guys like the podcast, make sure you guys give me feedback. I'm always down for anything. So other than that, that is all. Like I said, it's not gonna be a long episode, because this is an introduction to the podcast, me as a person. If you guys enjoy the first episode, make sure to subscribe to me on YouTube, the Barila Show Podcast on YouTube. Make sure you follow the SoundCloud, the all the social medias, and soon to be Spotify. I will start uploading my podcast to Spotify as soon as I get that all settled up. But yeah, guys. So depending on you guys listen to this, it'll probably be my if on YouTube, the description down below. I'll leave a website to my flow page so you guys can follow me on all the podcast social medias. Or if you listen on SoundCloud, I'll probably I think it's in my bio, the podcast bio to my link to my flow page. So yeah, so you guys can keep all up to update on my podcast, when I'm gonna start filming, when I'm gonna stream, when I'm gonna do, and all that good stuff. But yeah, guys, without further ado, that is gonna be all for the first episode. I really hope this is gonna be good. I have a good feeling. I have a really good feeling about the future of the podcast and where's this going. I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm really happy to bring you guys along with me. So for that, without further ado, guys, thank you guys so much. Make sure you guys subscribe and follow for more stuff. I will see you guys tomorrow on streaming. If you guys can make it, no worries. And I'll probably see you next Friday, which I will bring my first guest on, which I'm really happy to announce really soon. All right, guys, that is gonna be all for tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.